So we're live around here.
Yeah, I try to.
7 o'clock, we'll call it a meeting to order.
Just a second. So set up here, make sure it's all. Thanks. We'll get everybody in here. Okay, I will, it's 7:02. Let's call the meeting to order.
Okay.
So we are missing a few members. Peter Allen had noted he was not going to be able to make it. He has shared his notes and from his work as well. So we do have that. And Mike is also still absent, I think, due to his health. So with that, hopefully Bill will arrive shortly.
I think he's getting better, but it's slow.
Yeah, understood. All right, let's start very quickly with a review of the minutes from the November 12th meeting. Everyone on the committee should have a copy of those. The second page in. Are there any updates?
There's a very confusing statement in G, 3G, but I suppose we should ignore it. I don't know what it means. 3G in the, oh no, that's the agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Okay, where are the minutes? I'll move.
It's right behind
Under the agenda.
Yeah. I'll
Under the
move it to
agenda.
be approved.
Yeah, I second that. I've already read them and I
Yeah, right.
haven't seen too much.
All right, all in favor of accepting as is?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay, no,
No, it's unanimous. All right, so with that, I would like to make a quick change to the schedule to allow the library to proceed first, since they also happen to be in attendance and no select board is.
Yep.
So let's
Good.
go with that. All right.
Awesome. Have you seen copies of our proposal?
no.
Okay, I made copies and unfortunately the line items cut themselves off on my printer, but hopefully you can extrapolate. I didn't read it the way here and I was like, oh.
Never know.
So I put some historical on there, just for context, thought it might be helpful. Would you like me to? Okay.
No, it's I'm just here to see it.
Yeah, there you go. Here, that way.
Okay. We put the COLA in for salaries at 3%. So that's the change in wages. We voted our library director to have a performance bonus based on her annual review. There is a negative change to telephone. We're gonna make the switch to Fidium because we dropped our second line after the alarm thing got fixed, and it was outrageous. It was like $1,800. So we are gonna switch to the Fidium phone and see how that goes for us, and that's supposed to be $30 per month. And I'm not sure, I saw your note that it was 30. Are we able to do that, or does Carol have to cancel and do it?
I'll have to contact Carol because it's not.
We don't get the bills. Yeah, none of it's in our name.
All right, so that's now going down to 360.
Yep, so that's a big change.
That's a nice
So you're on
one.
Fidium for internet as well?
Yes, but that's free for libraries.
Got it. Okay,
Yes.
great. Thank
Yeah.
For now.
For now, as long as the government doesn't take that benefit away. Electric and heating, is kind of we bumped it up a little bit, but you don't know necessarily. We know that it's been going up. We don't know.
How is the heating system?
Working well.
It's nice and toasty in there. I mean, it's not at 68, so we're not going over, but it's working really well.
Well,
But the idea is it's gonna use more electricity.
Yeah.
should use more
Right.
electricity, less propane, or,
Right.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the propane.
Yeah, because I was gonna say propane should be going down because Ken is making a deal. He's gonna have the tanks changed up there and
Oh, so he's gonna get a better deal on
they're gonna
propane?
be able to knock
Very
about a
much
buck a
better.
gallon off the price.
Okay, so, we kind of, shot in the dark through it's probably gonna be more in there, but maybe you might have some insight that it's gonna be a little bit
Well,
less.
from what he told us Monday night,
Monday morning,
Monday morning rather, it should be going down quite a bit.
quite a bit, actually.
Okay.
So,
But you haven't been through a year yet
We haven't.
to see what
yeah.
the balance is gonna be.
This is true, yeah, we don't really know.
but overall, the price per gallon is gonna go down by almost 50 cents.
But the bigger
Yeah,
issue,
it was more than that even, because it was.
the bigger issue are the the system.
Yeah.
The propane acts as sort of more of a backup, right? Or-
Yes, the propane will kick on if it's, the efficiency drops below a certain thing. It's one of those systems, and I
Yeah.
don't know exactly how the programming works or what they set that at.
Right.
You can go in and change that. If your cost of electricity or propane relative changes, you can go in and make switches in the control panel. So we just have it, whatever settings the installer put in, it's like the default.
So I think what you want to do this year is really track those costs, because next year you'll have
Have a better idea. Yeah, we'll know better.
Who in the end installs your furnace and your system?
DMI,
Yes.
What?
Like,
DMI,
Jeff is DMI.
Local.
Wayne Dugas.
Denomi Mechanical,
Dugas Mechanical.
Dugas Mechanical, yeah, okay,
He lives in town,
Yes.
yes.
and he was one of three.
Yeah, he actually installed the last furnace too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, repairs and maintenance. We have a whole list of things on there. So you can see what all those costs come up to. The generator maintenance,
Show us some stuff there.
there's generator, cleaning service, pest service, furnace maintenance. We'd like to switch out our bathroom sink. We have a ADA bathroom sink and it's very tiny, and when they're cleaning up from programming, they can't fit like pitchers in to clean anything. They can't wash up stuff. Watering cans to water the plants outside, they can't fit anything in the sink. So we can't replace that sink, but we can replace the faucet and get a high arc faucet so that we can fit something underneath it. The sink that we have is about the only thing we can do in that space for ADA.
So you're listing the sink, but it's really for the faucet.
It's the faucet,
Okay.
yes. Insulation was a comment from our energy audit that we've got a channel in the wall, and we're gonna hopefully find somebody to do that. I mean, it's one of these things where somebody has to come in with like a tiny bed of foam and some spray foam, and most people don't want to do that tiny little job. Which is my annual ping for, we should have a town maintenance person to help with annoying little jobs that no one wants to do. But that's on there. We're hopefully gonna get it done, and we kind of threw in a 500. We think it's not gonna be a lot of work, but somebody's probably gonna charge us a bunch to do it. Carpet cleaning, we're still looking for a computer desk. That was on our budget last year, and we're still looking for the right thing for that space. Children's rooms bookshelf, we have one quote, and we've got information out for more quotes, but we haven't gotten any. So I'm not positive where that's gonna come in, but we have moved things in the children's room, and we'd like to make it more efficient to put a parenting homeschooling section up in there. And get a custom bookshelf that will match the shelves that are in there. Our first quote was around 1,800. We've got information out to a couple other people, but we haven't gotten numbers back, so.
But you're gonna be updating this based on that, because you don't have a figure in there now.
Well, let's see, if you extrapolate it back out, I bet you it's in there as 1,800,
It is there, okay.
yeah. Yeah, if you add up the other things in there.
So it's in the proposed figure, just not in the breakdown.
Yes, because I didn't have exact numbers. Alarm maintenance is a dead line item, just hanging out. Dues and subscriptions. So this is going up significantly for a couple things that we'd like to do. The New Hampshire downloadable books went up. We'd like to add our movie licensing, which has been on there for a couple of years. We have movie matinees and some other programs we use that for. But the big change is, we'd like to switch to biblionics. So I don't know how many of you have used our online library system, like the online catalog to search for books, or if you've used any other libraries' online systems. We're a library world, but if you went to Wilton or some of the other libraries in the area, they're on biblionics. It's a much more advanced system. It gives you more information on the books. It also helps our librarian staff with a bunch of tasks in terms of talking with the state library. So it will communicate automatically instead of them having to submit information from our catalog to talk to their catalog. So real time it changes. When we update ours, it would update the state automatically, which is helpful. And that is a larger annual fee than the library world.
What's the delta on that? What are you paying now?
About 800.
So biblionics is $14.40, but there is a one-time setup charge to convert databases, right? So that's the big one-time fee is $1,200. And then we've switched to a different, am I blanking on the word? Wowberry. Wowberry is our newsletter that pulls information from the catalog and updates with what new books we have. And Beth can easily keep everyone aware of our catalog changes and things coming up through this newsletter system.
Well, you're going up by $8,000.
That is what we put in there. Yes, that's what we're asking.
Yeah, what's the main driver in that?
Well, it's all the maintenance stuff that,
And that one-time setup charge of $1,200 will go away next year.
Yeah,
Yep, so phone is dropping. It sounds like the heating might drop a bunch. We don't know. There's a couple other drops, but yeah, the repairs and maintenance and the dues and subscriptions together is almost 6,000.
and those are one-time things that won't recur, right?
Generator maintenance, cleaning service, pest service, furnace
As
maintenance,
well, yeah, right.
carpet cleaning, all stay, they're annual. But getting a ADA faucet, the insulation, the computer desk and the bookshelf are one time.
Right now. Well, you're all very generous with your salaries. It's another thing, then the maintenance.
We actually pay less than other area libraries.
You're very what?
We pay less than other area libraries.
You're less than other libraries. You've done a survey of whether.
Well, Beth also works in Francistown and therefore has a good idea of what they pay. My old library that I was a trustee for. A reminder for the budget people who may not have been through this before, and I say this as a former trustee. The way it works is you guys decide what the total budget is for the library. Trustees will decide how to allocate this money.
No, I remember that.
Yeah.
The only thing I think we're struggling with at this point is we're looking at it over a 5% increase overall for the town this year, which is substantial.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the largest we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
I
Now,
think what we may end up doing once we have everything is we may go back to all the departments and say.
Can we cut here and there?
we've got to cut something, right? Right now you're coming in at one of the highest increases.
Mhm.
With a reasonably large budget. I mean, if somebody's got a couple $100 and they double it, that's not really going to help us much.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but the big ones, of course, are the fact that we've got these huge increases in all of the insurances across the board are just skyrocketing. And so those are really, really hurting us. And then we have ambulance has gone up an incredible amount as well for ambulance services. So, and I don't think I've seen a police budget yet. They never go down.
We haven't seen recycling yet, have we?
No.
We won't get that till January.
Yeah.
So
we
it's,
expect
you know,
that to go
what we're struggling now is like wherever we can, you know, curtail a little bit is sort of in the plan. But
You've spent according to this, 53,000 so far.
That was August, and I'm sorry I
That
didn't
was-
have
Yeah,
updated
so I
numbers.
did just get the newest number. You're at 70,000 as of the end of November. Sorry, I didn't get that. She just sent it out last night.
Okay.
So through the end of November, we're at 70,307. So we're at 88% of budget.
The other piece of the puzzle, if I could switch for a moment to CIP, looking more broadly, right? Do you guys have any updates to that plan, not only necessarily for this year, but any out years?
I think the roof is gonna have to be on there at some point.
Yeah.
But I don't know when, we talked about the roof before, it's aged at an appropriate level, but, people have looked at it and said you probably have more time. Right?
And the complication with the roof is that different surfaces were done at different times,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So some are older than others.
Have you
Yes.
talked to Will Wilds?
yeah, and he's the one that said you've probably got some time left.
Cause he's the one that did, when they did the
There's
back-
the north
back of the
side,
addition, and I think they did the front too.
yeah.
But the main library, I don't remember.
Yeah, I think when I look at those numbers, it was something about a north side and a south side was done at different times or something.
Yeah,
It's about 25 years old.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which is getting to be.
Getting
It's
towards
close.
the end of its life.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think what would be helpful for us would be to get a better idea of more time. Does that mean
yeah,
1 year, 2 year, 3 year, that kind of thing? Just so we can get it into our longer range plan.
yeah. I definitely think probably sometime in the next 5 years, it needs to happen. I don't know where it gets slotted in those next 5 years, but
I think the other thing that occurs to me is because things were done at different times, ideally, you'd like to have the whole thing done at once. And then,
yeah,
you've
I
got.
do think we're at like 20 years on one part and 25 on the
Yeah,
other.
so it's not that. so it's not
Yeah,
different, right,
yeah, but it would be nice to do it all at once so that it's all together.
right.
Yeah. Um,
Okay, so for this year, we don't have to worry about it, but we want to get it into our plan for within the next
yeah,
few years.
yeah. I don't know what other things people have planned, but it would be good.
Many other things.
Many other things. It would be good to slot it in.
We have some years coming up, 5, 6 years out where we get some heavy hitters. So it'd be nice maybe to slot it in
Before that.
before that.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
What other? I got about halfway through here. We were talking about dues and subscriptions going up. Supplies are staying the same. That is book covers, cards, barcodes, stickers, supplies for programming and some of those things, which we were getting some of that stuff done, wrapping books and things from a group called Baker and Taylor, which recently closed. So we're keeping that the same, but we were not having to do all this stuff, and now we're gonna have to do it again, because Baker and Taylor was wrapping our books and stickering them for us. Postage is the same, newspapers is the same, landscaping the same, mileage up a little bit because the mileage reimbursement goes up a little bit. Books went up a little bit because of that lawsuit of Baker and Taylor, and we shifted money out of the ebooks into there because we can't use the Kindles anymore because of the way licensing works.
One of the things I'm sure you have communicated to people is that they can use Libby for the audiobooks.
Yes, there's lots of people that use audio or the digital books. Yeah.
Right. In other words, there are services to which you subscribe or the state subscribes to that people can use, so that might help offset some of that.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of, if you have the totals on usage for checkouts out of Libby.
Not yet, I'll get them probably.
It's a great service. I
Yeah.
mention it because it's.
It is a
cost-
great service, but that's what the New Hampshire downloadable books fee is.
Okay, that's what that
Paid
fee
for,
is.
And that is based on usage, so if we tell them, we'll use that, it's.
Oh, it pushes the cost up.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
I
it's cheaper
didn't realize
because it's going through the state library.
Yeah,
But it also means sometimes your wait time is like 3 months if you want.
I
the
know,
latest
yeah.
David Baldacci, you're gonna have to wait 3 months, but, so, I mean, there's still a cost associated.
I didn't realize it was usage based. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's why, and it goes up every year, so that's good. 'cause that
Yeah.
means
People are using
people
it.
are using it. And actually, audiobooks are much more expensive to license than
Mm.
ebooks, and that's what is growing substantially as far as usage.
Okay.
You all spend a lot on landscaping. You have an outside company that comes in and does it all for you, I think.
We do not have a company, no, it's traditionally somebody in town. We
Okay.
have had people come in to plant things out front,
Yep,
so that whole front planting is now done.
okay,
But this is, the planters outside, we update, and then, just, weeding, watering, all the new planting, mulch.
okay.
Right, you've spent about 1,000 so far.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we bought a bunch of new plants.
do you expect to do exactly the same next year or?
We are not buying new plants next year, hopefully. We are hopefully just letting everything fill in and grow.
Okay,
We do need to do some serious rose and holly bush pruning. So we highlighted that because they're getting big.
So could that be an area that you could cut back a bit?
In the landscaping,
If you spend 1,000 to date
yeah,
and you're asking for 15,
it is possible.
again, just looking at those sort of non-critical areas that
Yeah,
might offer, it adds up.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not even on the budget.
you're pretty darn close. It's.
See, magazines, we're staying the same, videotapes, which is, it's listed as videotapes, but it's digital media, so it's the
Yeah.
DVDs. And it was our ebooks, Kindle stuff, but that now is not a thing because of the licensing issues. So we dropped that money from the Kindle and threw it up in the books.
So do you think that is there like a large fee that comes in December? Because as of right now, you've spent $586 of the
I just
1,400.
got my two credit card statements like earlier this week, so they have not been added. to
Yeah,
this.
okay, so there'll
A
be
lot
more.
of that has been spent. The videos, I do tend to wait till the end of the year.
Okay,
I don't like to spend it all at the beginning because things get released.
no, understood.
But yes, that is gonna be
Okay, so that will jump.
a lot more.
Okay,
Already has been.
Do you all have any plans to use that large savings account that you have?
We use it every year.
What do you use it for?
We have a museum reimbursement fund that people in town can go to museums and we'll reimburse them the cost. The trustees give Beth money for programming every year.
Okay,
We typically also kick in money for other things like the book drop that we just bought. We
okay.
spent money on the book drop.
So what is your total that you have now? You used to have around 20-something thousand.
I think we're on 18 right now.
18, okay, that's close enough. Just wondered how you were doing.
Yeah, but we're kind of constantly getting donations and spending money out of it.
Okay, good.
Do you think some of those one-time repair things could maybe be funded that way?
Some of them could, possibly, yeah.
I'm just thinking if the budget committee comes back to you and says,
Yeah.
You're having a heart attack,
Yeah.
please do something.
well, the
Yep.
town's gonna have a heart attack when they see their tax bill next year. That's the thing. Right? We all get to pay pay the piper, so. I think that's what I would just end with is, we've got it noted and it's documented. I would just ask, knowing that with what you've just shared about the substantial increase across the board, if we can sharpen the pencils a little bit further and think about that over the coming couple of weeks, because we're not done until mid-January, but we'd appreciate anything we could get to help bring some of the numbers down to make it a little bit more tenable.
We have our meeting tomorrow night. If we did decide to make some changes tomorrow, should I email someone specific? Should I?
Yeah, if you email, well, Amy or me, that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Amy's your representative,
Yeah, so
so
I didn't know whether I should just email Amy
just
or.
email Amy and then she can get it to the rest of us, so.
Okay.
That'd be great. It'd be much appreciated to help us out.
Okay, good.
Any other questions for library?
I would simply say, I think that having lived in multiple towns with good libraries, this town's very supportive of the library. And we want to thank you guys for what you do.
Definitely.
Oh, you're doing wonderful new programs. We appreciate that. Yeah,
Definitely.
very good.
Would you say, Beth, you get 200 to 300 people a month coming through?
Yes, yep, and our circulation at this point is up by almost 20% over last year.
That's fantastic.
That's great. And it feels good to be able to get some of those big things done, the carpeting and the heat.
Yeah.
Were two big things that
Uh-huh.
really improve the livability of that.
Yep. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for your time this evening.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
I hope that you get Bill.
Yeah, I don't. I emailed him too. So
I'm having my doubts if he's gonna show up.
I'm thinking he's probably not.
He doesn't like come out.
That's like maybe 5 minutes from my house, so I don't know. what he's up
I'm
to.
wondering if he thought maybe one of the Ken would be attending.
Maybe because he wasn't here on Monday. He didn't hear Kenneth say
He
he
was
couldn't
having
make it.
big surgery, I thought, today.
Wow. Claire took minutes for you.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
You're hired. You're officially an unpaid paid intern.
Explain it to you on the way home if you have questions, Clara.
Thank you. Have a good drive safely, please.
You too.
If you guys are gonna shift to budget stuff,
I think we're moving to the rest of the budget stuff, so,
I'm gonna,
Okay, good, all right.
Thanks, Andy.
yeah,
thank you guys.
We
for
like
what
to
you
get
do.
2 cents worth in the whole deal
yeah.
because you.
The libraries are.
Is it 3 cents? Is it 3 cents now?
3 cents.
We always spend more money.
Well, again, the thing about libraries, it is a unique situation among all the departments in that they have, the ability to exercise how they use the money, and it's up to the town to determine what the budget is.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and I know that's a hard conversation. I think if I'm gonna be very blunt, and I guess this is on public record, I think that it's a little aggressive with the salary increases. I understand that we may not be, commensurate, but at the same time, we're a very small town. So I think that that's a little bit,
Well, the select board hasn't decided yet on what if they want to do across the board for
That's also
everybody
true.
else either, so.
yeah,
so
And
we've got
again,
kind
the
of
point
wait on
is
that.
that the trustees can determine, let's say you come back and say, we're gonna take 5% out of that. Here's what we're gonna go to town meeting with in the budget.
Yeah.
They can decide to allocate, they can pay whatever they want for salaries and take it from somewhere else. I mean, that's
Yeah.
their
Right.
discretion.
right.
And as trustees, you're playing that balancing act.
Yeah.
Right, and of course, we're seeing the actual numbers, but I understand, like, it's that end number that's the only one that we control for them, and,
Right.
if we say we're not gonna give you 87, we're only gonna give you 80, they have to figure out how to divvy it up, right?
It is important, though, to look at what they're trying to do and to
Exactly.
make sure that, we're funding it adequately, but like you say, it's a tough year, so.
Yeah, it does make
I
a
mean,
difference.
going back and forth with Gretchen, when I was talking to her about this, these small maintenance items, I know there are things that are coming up in all of our buildings.
Yeah,
The little maintenance items that we don't need a warrant article for, but we need to address.
yeah, exactly,
And, maybe some of those things shouldn't fall under their budget, like should the generator tune-up or yearly maintenance come out of their budget? Or should that be something that comes out of
I
the,
think they split it with the highway department.
yeah, but I mean, it's,
And the town hall, like, because all three use.
all
it
pretty easy,
together.
yeah.
Yeah.
But shouldn't that be a town line item versus specific to? the-
Well, we've gone around and
One
around
or
with
the
that
other,
before, because it's taking it out of this pocket or taking it out of this pocket.
right.
It all comes from us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
true. I know in Francistown, the way they do the library, the town owns the building and the town is responsible for everything outside of the building. And then everything inside of the building is the responsibility, comes under the budget of library.
Right.
Other libraries may do it differently, other towns may do it differently, but the idea is that it is a town asset, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, and like you said, they're doing a great job. I mean,
they are.
Mhm.
everything's
Yeah.
going great.
Yeah.
But,
I
Okay,
think it probably serves the most taxpayers on a regular basis
I agree.
of any
Yeah.
other department in
Yeah.
town.
Thank you.
All right, well, we still have to get through a few other things. So we clearly can't cover select board tonight, given the absence of
Good night, folks.
the board. Good night.
Good night.
We covered the library, so we can move into member reports. Now, I've got, it included in the packet, I gave our Peter's notes and
Yeah.
updates, as well as, of course, I've got the couple that were mine. I've not heard from zoning board, although I will be honest, I only emailed them last night, and last year it took me like a month to get anything back from Ted.
I think we gotta discuss that welfare request too.
Yeah, there's a few different things we should talk about. So ZBA, I'm assuming they're gonna go flat. There's, the only thing that really makes a big significant difference is their legal fees. And I don't think we can really adjust those, because I think it's a placeholder for if anything happens.
I'm
kind
gonna
of
give you
deal,
this before I go.
right? Renewable energy task force also is basically $0. There's no planned budget for them, so the renewable energy task force
Oh, right.
has no money
Okay.
associated, so.
Okay.
All right, quickly to go through ambulance. You will note that there are some content in here, from Peter regarding some of the increases. There is a crazy increase, on the ambulance. We're now looking at $120,155.
We had that in here, didn't we already?
We did not,
Oh,
No,
well, if you wanna go back to line 33, we need to update the, town report printing, the small increase, 4251. I had.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
I've got that in there, right, but,
don't jump around.
Yes.
Let's stay with one thing and.
Okay, I agree, okay, yep.
okay, so let's.
So the ambulance, have they stated a reason why they're going up?
So Peter has been, as you all know, Peter has been kind of on them for years, right?
Yeah.
And very upset with the way this is obfuscated. And essentially, it seems like what happened is that when they lost the transfer fees, so they used to get money from doing just transfers.
Right.
And when they lost that, they basically shifted all of the expenses onto the towns
But that happened a couple of
years ago.
It did, yeah.
Their budget overall, it has gone up to 2.2 million this coming year.
Yeah.
So it is a tremendous increase even over this previous year. And so, in Peter's estimation, the 911 call basis is completely false. There's no way to track it and make it make sense,
Yeah.
for the allocation of the fees. So essentially, it just becomes a shortfall issue, and they're just basically pushing all of it,
Yeah.
out onto the towns. So
Do we have that our ambulance calls went up? Because that's a key.
it
number.
has gone up a
According to this,
little.
I thought he said it went down.
It has gone down, from, 80
Yeah.
or close. 70 is the lowest we ever recorded. We were 80 last year. But the cost per call has
We
grown,
have a 120.
right? So that's where we're running into a problem. He does have another call into that to ask, he really wants more detail. Because in their own documentation, they talk about the 911 share thing, but it's clearly not really what's being used based on the increases. So, the number is there. It represents, did I put that in right?
Well, unfortunately, we don't really have a choice. I mean, the only choice is to try to go with somebody else, which we don't want to do that,
Yeah.
because we've already done that.
Yeah, yeah, it's a 30% increase over last year.
Yeah,
I think something that might be coming up, not this year, but in the future, might be the possibility of working with New Ipswich,
yeah, well, we did work with them years ago.
but not with Sauhegan,
Yeah, we did do it with some.
but not with Sauhegan. New Ipswich is, I've heard tell.
Oh, the Ipswich is gonna have their own?
They're considering it,
Oh, I see. And what's gonna happen to Sauhegan?
not their problem.
They'll just, okay.
Interesting.
Well,
But that might be an option in a year or two, because I don't expect Peterbilt's gonna go down ever.
Well, yeah, because we were with Sahegan for years. Then we ended up going with
Well,
Wilton,
Marlboro, yeah.
Lineborough for years, and then we ended up with Peterborough.
Now, wasn't there, what was the result of that meeting with the Wilton Monroe ambulance? Weren't they paying us something for ownership of the building or something like that?
The ambulance, I think. it
Yeah.
was. Yeah,
Did we ever gather those funds?
yeah, I think so. I think,
it was on the agenda for the select board, but they didn't give the numbers.
yeah.
I don't know what the numbers turned out to be.
Okay, I mean, either way, we're sort of beholden, right? Like, we don't have much of a choice unless we go shopping again.
Right,
And there's gonna be very limited options in terms of shopping, so that's probably what's gonna happen, is you're just gonna bounce back and forth to try to keep them honest.
but if North Switch does decide to do something next year, 2 years down the road, you're right,
We
that
can
might be
consider
worth
it.
considering.
So we'll have to look at that. So there is more detail here in Peter's notes. I encourage you to look through them. Because there is, I do think that again, there's like I don't think there's really much of anything we can do to challenge them. But it would certainly be nice to have a more clear picture as to exactly how they're allocating fees.
Right.
So that,
And the fire department is, from my understanding anyways, is very happy with them. Dealing with them, so.
okay, which actually is another good point. Because Chief Clark did email me late last week. The number he gave us for his dispatch increase was substantially low.
Oh,
So he gave me his new number.
you know what it is?
Yep, and so in dispatch services, it's actually going up 34% to $30,185.
Wow, 3185, okay,
Yes, so
okay.
it's he's not happy at all, because apparently it's all an accounting, a billing error over years, so they're making up for it.
Okay.
Can I do that?
I know, right? But it's like,
Oh, I screwed up 10 years ago, so.
we're gonna charge you more now,
Yeah.
right? So he's already said he's kicking off a search to see if he can find a better option for us for the 2027 year.
Okay.
Obviously, there's not much we can do about it now.
Okay.
Okay, all right, to wrap up with Peter's content, these last couple are very easy. We go to election workers. So that's back up at the top. So election administration is line 59. We have 3 elections next year because we have midterms. So the numbers are going up because the, overall workers are gonna go up, so that's gonna go to a total line of 4751. That seems like it's a little too high, I think. Yeah, it's, well, because there's an extra election, so it's gotta be more than the 277 he spent on meals this year. So I think we have to give him, we plan on the 500, I don't know why that's not carrying over.
$60.
So it's a pretty steep increase, it's 171%, but the end total for election administration is 4751. And that's,
Okay.
the last thing is the supervisors or the checklist. And that the estimated total for the salaries is $1,632, which, assuming we change nothing else, would bring us to a total of 2232 for voter registration.
Why are the salaries going up so much?
Well, it's the additional, it's not the salaries are going up, it's the hours, because we have multiple elections.
Okay, that's probably it. I mean, they were required to meet certain times of the year already, so I thought that already included all the times they needed to meet.
So he's got it listed in the detail in your handout, so there's 64 hours
Okay.
at the $9 an hour or whatever it is, so $9.46 per hour.
Okay,
So that,
oh yeah, here it is right here.
that puts us at the 1632. All right. So that wraps up Peter. He does have some additional information here about the tabulator, which we already knew is a $650 cost. And then we've got the avatar bill and the,
We have
New
that,
Hampshire.
the new town report bill.
yeah, we have that, and we have the municipal association due.
Yep, you have all those numbers.
So all those numbers are already in our worksheet. He's just including them here. Do we want to talk about the welfare? Well, there's two things in welfare services,
We
right?
do. I printed out actually what she is doing so far. Here's what, and this information is just come from, the Carol's notes, and it doesn't invade anybody's privacy to know what is being paid. There's nobody's name on anything.
Gotcha.
So, but what I can tell is, now Jeffrey and Associates, that's a Jaffrey real estate company. Do they own property in town? And therefore she is paying,
They're landlords,
They're landlords.
or
they run a rental unit.
they're a property management company for landlords.
Where they own houses in here, or they just take care of the?
I'm not sure if they own the actual houses or if they're
They're
doing
not
property
listed on our
management.
town report as owning anything.
They don't own anything in Temple.
That's correct.
Right.
That's what I have found. Okay, so what she's doing is she's working through these companies, and she's paying, for example, current rental assistance. And then in September, she even paid the first and the last rent for September of 26. See, she's paying $2,000 for September of 25, as well as the last rent for 26. I'm just wondering if this is appropriate to be subsidizing people in this way. I mean,
Well,
she's doing that for two different,
that's what the welfare is for, I guess.
Right. I think my bigger thing was, if you saw, did she respond to everybody?
yeah, she did.
Yeah, when I challenged the number.
Yeah.
I don't know if I buy the argument that, SNAP could go away again, et cetera. I just,
Yeah,
because if that was the issue, we've already seen it,
yeah, we're not in a recession, actually,
right? So my point is that if those are the two things that she's most worried about, increasing costs, we've already had those things happen. And wouldn't we see that number reflected in this year's number already because of the increased payments?
Well, you would think so, because all of what she's talking about, you're right. I mean, happened a few months ago.
Right? So we should see that already.
I don't know how long it takes some of that stuff to take effect, or if some of it wasn't gonna take effect until after the first of the year, or what, but.
Well, we know the SNAP benefits already went down
here's
and
what.
then have come back,
And
right?
I'm gonna read to you what she wrote. She said, changes in Medicaid and Medicare are coming.
Right.
Certain medications, we're gonna have to increase paying for prescriptions and so forth. This is a lot of conjecture, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, agreed. And I think it is, I could almost see the Medicare, Medicaid, because that is documented. We know that's changing a bit.
Yeah.
I don't think that is $3,000 worth. If I'm looking at her changes, I mean, I could see several hundred maybe, but I don't think it's as much as what she's projecting.
So what did she come up with for a total for the?
20,500.
Yeah, basically, yeah, 20,500.
5,500 increase.
Yeah, so that's right. So it's-
I mean, we've had 15,000 for years and years and years, and it's never come close to getting that.
Yeah.
I mean, even when we had really bad times, we didn't.
So, and as of the end of November, she's paid 13,522 in vendor payments.
Yeah,
So that's still 1,500 short of
Yeah.
the budget at 15,000.
well, I was supposed to talk to her, and to tell the truth, I couldn't find her number to
Right.
call her. I don't know if she is too soft-hearted here, is that, I mean, I'm all for helping people, but this is,
You don't have a choice. When there's somebody in town that needs welfare assistance, the town doesn't have a choice. You
we
have
do
to
have
provide.
choices. We
No,
if
you
it
have
used to have,
Everything has to be documented. We don't
Yeah.
just give somebody rent money without going through the whole process, or at least, I don't know how it works here in this town, but my daughter worked in welfare in Peterborough, and she had to get bank statements, like, they don't,
Yeah,
it's not
okay,
just a handout.
Random hand.
Well,
And if you're not, if you've got charges on your bank statements, if you're going out to dinner 3 times a month, then you're not gonna get the money.
well, one thing she's clearly doing, she's moving at least one set of people into Peterborough. Because New Benenset is, in Peterborough, that's a housing development there. Isn't that correct?
That's Heatherbrook.
Okay, so
But
that's
it's-
not here.
But there's a lack of housing, and if they're,
Yeah,
So
if we
in
don't
other
have,
words,
if we don't
there's
have
a
a place
case
to
where
put them.
and if he used to do this, she would find a place in Peterborough, she would pay the security deposit and the rent, and they would move, and then they were.
then they were
off forever.
Peterborough.
There's problem.
You know, I mean, that's a way to handle it. you
Right.
know? I mean,
So-
Peterborough has a lot more housing than we could ever come up with.
Right, so ultimately the question is, do we increase the number on the vendor payments or do we not? Right, I mean, I think in general, she's not using all of her salary either at this point.
What do you mean she's not using them?
So we've paid $1,000 in welfare salary so far through November. So she has $361 left of the $1,400
We'll
plan.
probably pay that quarterly, so she will get all of the salary.
She will get all the salary?
She will get
Okay.
all the salary.
All right, perfect, that makes sense. All right,
Uh,
so then the only real change is the vendor payment. So she's asking to go up to over, almost 19,000 from 15,000. So do we give her some of that, none of that?
no, we could do-
Well, for now, I would say just put down what she's asking for.
Okay.
Would be my opinion, and then we're gonna have to have a meeting once everybody's turned everything in and try to decide
Yeah,
if we're gonna try to chop things out or just bite the bullet and go with it.
okay. I do have on my sheet what her numbers are,
Yeah,
so that's in the system now, right? And she's asking essentially for a
So
24%
you're putting
increase.
in there 20,500.
Yeah, essentially, yep. Right, so that's in there. So that's the welfare part. Then there is the services and support requests. So the donations,
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
all right,
Yeah, home health and community services is going up substantially. Everybody has that list, don't they?
yeah, so
Okay,
now, the interesting thing on the home health and community service is what they list there is their suggested donation. But we've been giving them $1,750.
I think all the requests come in as suggested requests.
Okay, so they
Yeah.
did up it, they just upped it this year.
Sure.
Okay. Otherwise, things were mostly stable. There's slight increase in the communities, St. Joseph Community Services. And then,
It's odd about the MCVP because I know various townspeople have spoken very highly of that group, but they don't seem to ever correspond with us.
right. So we're right now, if I've got this right, we're giving about $10,161 out to charitable agencies out of the town budget.
Is there any way we can determine how many people here in town are using these services?
They usually tell you in their letter.
yeah,
Like
some
they'll-
of them tell us.
They'll tell you how many meals on wheels they do, that kind of stuff. Well, the Red Cross is going up substantially, $500.
So that's,
I don't know about that one. You know, I mean, the Conval 48 hours of, 68 hours of hunger, that's an incredibly well-funded charity. I don't know why we keep doing that one.
Yeah, well, what's interesting is as of November, we haven't given them any money.
Is that right? Uh-huh.
Yeah, there were
I
a
thought
few
we
of
had.
them that we didn't hear from at
Yeah, I
all.
think that's what it
So
was.
we just said.
I
we
know, we
didn't
did.
give them
Yeah.
I think last year we didn't. We planned 1,000, but they didn't, we didn't send them
I
anything.
thought we had done all the charities. Check out what we've got here. No, you're right, we have not paid that one. Well, that's the question is, why haven't we paid it?
I think Carol said she never got a request or something like that.
Yeah, I thought that's what she said in the.
Was that new? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
They never came back and asked for the money, so she's not planning on paying it.
Okay, well, we could, perhaps delete that one and delete the MCVP.
So it's interesting because they are in fact asking again, right? They've asked, but we didn't.
Who's asking?
The.
Conval has asked because there's a requested amount, right?
Oh, I see.
But then they never sent us anything and we never sent them the money. So,
It might be worthwhile to review these letters that Carol actually gets in her hand
okay,
to see what they say. Because I remember reading them and saying to myself, this is very confusing. You know, when they put in a request, then we seem to require them to ask again after we voted it. And I'm not sure that's appropriate.
right,
I mean, once it gets voted, we should just give them the money.
right.
I would like to actually review those letters and see.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I am puzzled about.
She gets a letter from each and every one of these.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why they're in
Every
here, I
year.
think.
Yeah,
So we are asking her, what do you have in hand? Do you have
Okay.
time? I can go in and ask her tomorrow. Do you have time?
Probably not tomorrow, but I could send the email to her and just ask her.
She's not there on Thursdays now.
Okay,
Okay.
so she wouldn't, there's no point in going tomorrow then anyway, so
Okay,
I'll send her an email and then ask her
Okay.
to distribute them to the
yeah, okay,
BAC.
that would be good. Yeah. I mean,
At the risk of sounding awful, I do wonder why, as a town, we're donating tax money to these services and not allowing the residents themselves to donate to these services.
yeah, it's a,
It doesn't seem right to me that that's happening.
it's doing.
Is it just the status quo, like they've just gone to
think-
towns and towns have given them money, so they just keep doing it?
That would be my
well, I think
guess.
it started and I can't remember how many years ago, but it started with a couple.
Uh-huh.
And then it just kind of grew and grew and
Yeah.
now.
Now they're all like,
now you can
hey.
See, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just, because again, I don't think that we're, the town itself is a nonprofit. I don't think that it's,
I mean, why are we
Yeah.
taking over the individual responsibilities of our citizens?
exactly. And adding to the tax burden. Because,
Well,
of it. I mean,
okay.
it's $10,000 and
If we went
But
to
it's
the town meeting
$10,000
without
then.
this list, we would look like the greatest bunch of jerks in the world.
Mr. Potters, we're saying as we're getting close to Christmas. Right?
The select board to do this one.
No, exactly, right. Well, I mean, I think it's
Well, if there's suggested donations, it doesn't mean we have to make them.
exactly. I think it's just I don't know, it's a question I pose, but it's kind of irrelevant because
Yeah.
we're in an echo chamber right now rather than having a select board here, so. Not probably any point. I think to what we just discussed, I've documented the requests. They are on the sheet. When we see the number, it's not gonna be pretty, and so we're gonna have to go back,
We're gonna have to do something, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because
Tear it down, maybe.
yeah, we're going to have to pare down. This is one of the places we'll probably have to come to. Because I just don't know how we.
I wonder how many other towns, I wonder like, what is Limeboro, for instance, or
What are their charities?
what are their charities? I've never
I can try to find out.
researched that at all.
It would be interesting. Do we publish that in our town report that who we're giving to?
You had a town report.
Yeah, because it's in our budget, right? It would be
Yeah,
like
I don't
one.
know if we actually do, post all of
We
them.
usually have to vote on it, though.
Well, it's part of the budget.
It's just part of the budget.
Well,
So
then we've had to, is it when it's been a new charity
yeah,
that
we
you had
are.
to vote on?
It's our charitable giving summary, and we list who we give it to.
Yeah,
We don't give a total, which is interesting.
yeah, I think that's what it is when
Yeah.
somebody new comes in or
yeah,
whatever.
so it is right there. So in theory, if we did some research on other towns, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, as a person who gives quite a lot to charity, I have never had a request from the River Center, for example. You know, I get other requests. So, and I don't get a request from from the Meals on Wheels people either. You know, so in that sense, they're doing something good for the town, because I think Meals on Wheels is good. But it is a question of we're spending our taxpayer money in ways that people may not want to.
Right.
you know.
Or it doesn't, I mean, it just,
I
It's
think
their
it would
money.
be interesting to find out how many people in town are using these services, and is that $10,000 better spent for the residents of Temple? Because
Yeah.
a lot of these things are, you know,
if they're going somewhere
they're
else.
district-based, you
Well, I
know,
know that
we're
most-
giving the
most
money,
of these
and
places will
what's
take-
our benefit? What's the benefit for us?
Most of these places will tell you how many in those letters. It
Yeah.
was- It
Yeah.
would
Yeah,
say,
that's
Right.
what I was
Say how
gonna
many.
say, is the
Okay.
letters,
uh-huh,
from what I have seen of a couple of them before, is they say, we did so much of this and.
I'd
we
Yeah.
like
did
to- I
this."
would like to see that too.
yeah,
Okay, all
okay.
right, well, I'll send a request. And,
Let's get the letters, yeah,
And then see
okay,
what we
that'd be
come
good.
back after. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I've got. Do any of you have any additional contents?
Let's see, you got the, what was line 30, you got the town report,
Town report's already in,
you got it 4251,
4251.
okay, all right. That's another thing that's crept up. And the whole trouble is that we spend a lot of money on all of these color photos and fellow people like them. You know, I don't know which good. I have tried in the past to do something with that, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Real question is, how many do we end up with left over?
How many what?
How many are left over every year?
Well, I think it's gotten that we end up with a lot.
There's a lot left over.
Yeah.
So my question would be, maybe we should cut back on the count.
And
Yeah,
how much,
I've
how
asked,
much would it
we've
save?
asked Rose, and she says you can cut back 100, won't make any difference.
Yeah,
But we need to ask her that all the time, you know?
But it might, but is it 100 or is it 500 that we should cut back? I mean, how many we
Yeah,
print?
we print, I forget, we print 500 or 600.
I think we print around 500 and,
What, we only have
Here.
500 and something
It's a
households in
bit
town.
here.
yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like the number.
Let's see here. 440 is what we print.
I'd be interested to know how many we have left over from last year.
Okay. Well,
Over the last couple of years.
Okay.
Cause
Where do they go?
that's fine.
Upstairs down office.
Oh, good.
There's
Let's
cases.
store more stuff.
cases in-
No, well, they actually don't keep them upstairs. They keep 10 copies of every year in
Okay.
that thing upstairs. Yeah.
Just 10 copies.
And then the rest of them go.
What dumpster?
They give them away, throw them away, do something.
Probably
Put 'em
dumpster.
out, give them to the store.
Years
Fire
ago, we used to take them to every house.
Yes, uh-huh.
And then, so you knew what you needed.
Yeah.
But now it's not that way.
Oh, you just pick them up at the town
They take
meeting.
them to town meeting or they have them down to town office. But there's a lot of people in town that don't get them, don't want them.
Yeah, they don't want,
Care
they don't want the paper books
So,
anyway,
yeah.
yeah. And they probably don't care.
Well, let's ask Rose, how many what effect would it be on the cost to cut by some number?
Cut it in half,
Yeah, okay,
do 200,
yeah,
let's see.
ask,
But we can also ask.
Well, we should ask Carol how many are left over from
yeah.
this year's.
Yeah.
I mean, if she's got 200 left over, then we know we can cut it in half, but if she's only got 50 of them left
Yeah,
over,
it's no
Then-
point.
I suspect she's probably got 30 or 40 left over.
and
I
that's
don't
about
think
it.
it's, I don't think it's that many left over.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then we're chasing
And I know a few years ago, we looked into that and they said, it isn't the amount of them so much as it is all the work that goes into it.
Yeah, it's,
And that we weren't gonna
Yeah,
save.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
yeah,
At some point, and
I mean,
frankly, you have to,
Towns do more simpler reports than we do. I mean, this thing is a lot of work.
Yeah, but one year Temple took the prize for the best in the state.
Oh, yeah, I know, we're still living with that.
nineteen
Let's take the
fifty-six.
prize for the cheapest in the state.
Okay, so if I do a quick review, it is after 8, so we're still missing select board. We've not updated town administration wages, town clerk wages, financial administration wages, because of waiting for the select board to decide on a COLA increase or not, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Vital statistics. I don't know who's supposed to talk to, who runs that.
If you have Mike Connolly, he wants the same thing.
He wants the same amount, because,
Yeah, it's a forest fire, something or other.
well, that's different, that's,
Yeah,
I've talked to Mike before, he usually,
yeah.
I'll just take this.
Okay, about that.
So we don't have a final number on software and support, data processing software and support. We've brought it up because we know we introduced the GIS map software maintenance fees and a few others. I do have a couple of notes on what the town clerk wants, et cetera. So we'll just want to probably confirm that with Bill once we get to talk to them. Assessing and auditing, I
thought we had the bills on that, but I haven't seen them. They usually give us a bill on that earlier.
okay,
Assessing and order. We should ask Carol. Does she?
okay, I'll confirm.
Yeah.
And get that right. Legal expenses, again, this is one of those, I don't think we can really play with much here. We did, last year, we dropped the town attorney down to 10. We've spent 6,400 through the end of November. So there might be some opportunity there. Zoning board, this is the one place I think we could make some change, but I don't know if we can. Their budget is 10,000, they've spent 1,600 year to date. So I don't know if that's a place where we could drop to 5K, or if we have to keep the 10K because of different issues. This is line 115, 116.
They got another big cake. Eating up with the
Yeah.
marsh people.
The March thing is
coming to life.
coming back again. Yeah, because they're trying to end around.
Yeah.
I saw that.
And we don't have the police budget yet.
Yeah, I'm just kind of working my way down. So I believe we've got all the health insurance and stuff documented correctly.
What did we end up with the health insurance?
So, yeah, good point. So
Because they were gonna try to see if they
Yeah.
could change from family to 2.
they did. So we looked at that. The new total for next year on, this is line 121, health insurance, was 105,804. It's a 27% increase.
I checked those numbers. I thought they were. Say your number again.
105,804.
Okay.
And I did confirm that is only one family and the other two,
Just 2,
two, right?
So, I looked at the insurance deductibles. I don't know that we can do anything about that. If we are gonna continue to pay
Yeah,
the deductible.
I think we had budgeted 3,000, we've spent 5,064.
Yeah,
We budgeted 5,000 for next year.
yeah, we used to budget 1,000 per person. That's gone by the way.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I think that unfortunately is, not much we can do there. So we've got planning board, again, zoning board, I haven't heard back from, but there are $700
Yeah.
line item.
If you
Yeah.
look at what we just got from Kara today, I guess. She allowed the GIS warrant article to be overspent. So that's gotta go back to planning board. And she's gotta reverse that.
Okay,
In other words, if you look at the end of it.
yep, no, I did see that, yep.
Yeah.
That was one of my questions actually,
Yeah.
was, because they spent
Here.
almost $2,000 more.
Yeah, that's gotta be, the planning board's gotta pick that one up.
Yeah, because you can't overspend the warrant.
You can't overspend a warrant on them, no.
No,
It's amazing how mistakes get created.
yeah, and creep through, yeah, yeah,
And, I'm trying to work with Carol and the trust fund people about that right now,
okay, perfect,
you know.
perfect. Okay, so we've got that. So where were we? Zoning board, government buildings and lands, I think we've got that pretty wrapped up. I don't think there's anything that.
There's an awful lot of this, so we're just waiting on the selectmen.
Right, cemeteries is done, insurance, I think, is done, people association costs is done, other general government, the forester. Salary,
Yeah, that's just one of those things that they,
I don't think there's much we do there, I mean,
No.
he's spent most of it. The village green, you did, holiday lighting, we didn't really, did we talk about that at some point? I don't think we did, but.
You brought in holiday lighting, didn't you?
yes, I brought in holiday lighting. I'm rethinking what we should do about, Village Green. We might be able, I could probably cut that one a little bit. The
Okay,
other thing, if you look at the lights out there, they're beautiful.
they are,
But now that little tree in the center, we could probably do without. That costs $250.
wow,
You know,
just to do the one tree,
The Christmas tree?
the little one that I go and buy every year, stick it in the middle of the common,
$250.
$250.
Why not just buy one from the Lions Club for 45?
From the who?
the Lions Club right
Lions
here,
Club For 45.
That's not, they're not big enough. Those are tiny. I mean, you gotta get a big one or else there's no point in having one at all. I mean, I'm ready to do without it and do without the party that we supposedly are supposed to have, which we didn't have this year. There's-
Have Wayne get one for the town too.
I mean, and when we first began that, people donated trees and we went and cut them, and
yeah,
I remember Vince Memo gave us a nice tree. But people just don't have those trees in their fields that they want to get rid of.
No, not to look real pretty. It's not like going out in the woods and
I mean,
getting.
there are things we could cut, you know, I mean, the holiday lighting, we could never get what we pay Dan Masterson. We could never get somebody to do what he does. He does a great job.
okay. So that's the 2,900,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks great, I love the way our,
Beautiful, yeah.
I love the way our green
The
is.
electricity is very small on those.
Yeah, it's not a big number.
No, I'm gonna revisit my village green and see if I can cut down on something on that.
Okay,
We gotta wait on police budget.
Yeah, I-
Selectmen too.
yeah, exactly, haven't heard anything on that. Fire department, we had the one update on the dispatch services, but otherwise they're done. Building inspection, it's $1,000, we've spent 0 this year. So,
That bill will come in right at the last day of the year.
okay,
Yeah, Willie always waits till the very end of the year and then he turns in this.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a
Okay.
mess, yeah.
So,
so we'll spend it, we just.
You just haven't yet.
You can-
Uh,
Also, we need to, I need to remind Peggy if she can give whatever bill she has for the town to turn that in too.
Yeah, right,
You know.
all right, emergency man, you mentioned,
It
yeah,
doesn't look
emergency.
like we have an insurance, have we updated, we haven't updated the insurance, have we? Well, it's 182, 183.
No, we did,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, all right.
yeah, that was up, the property and liability went up 26%,
Oh, okay,
so that's 24,239.
okay. All right,
Yeah, we received those on October 17th,
okay, good. Okay.
right,
Well, we're getting
so,
there.
yeah,
Well, our next meeting, we won't meet again until early January.
yeah, recycling center, we talked about,
I will keep checking all the recycling when it comes out. It's a matter of watching the minutes for the Wilton people.
okay. One question on the Patriotic Purposes, because we did have that conversation at one point about the markers,
Yes.
but we didn't talk about, like, Memorial Day was 300, do we just keep that
Oh,
where it is, I guess?
Memorial Day.
That's 346.
So that's the one that Peggy has to turn in her bills for.
Gotcha, because they've spent 286 so far.
Oh, okay, maybe she turned it in now. That sounds right.
Yeah, I would leave it.
All right, we'll leave that. I mean, it's not a big number.
Yeah. okay.
So depending on what select board does, we are
Well,
now,
maybe the thing to do too, Rob, is if you could talk to Bill and send him a copy.
Oh, yeah,
Or have him print out a copy and say, okay, we're waiting on you guys for all of these that are still blue on your sheet,
yeah,
and we gotta have them.
Yeah, yeah.
A month from now, we have to have them, or we're gonna fill them in,
right.
Yeah,
so.
So the joy is that we are at a 6.3% increase
6.3, that's terrible.
as of right now.
Well, it isn't as bad as what I thought it would be, the way a lot of these things like the ambulance. And I'm expecting the recycling center
It's also
to
gonna
go
go
up and all of these things that we don't control.
Yeah,
It's not as bad as what I thought it would
it
be.
could be bad, yeah.
Um,
And the school looks like it's going up 10%.
When would it not?
Yeah,
When would it not?
I know.
right.
Well, they're advertising a 1% increase in the budget, but the district assessment is 10%.
Yeah, well, we'll be, just be glad they're not going up 20%. I guess that's what we gotta do. Thank you, sir. May I have another? All right, so I think that we're at where we're at. I did have the question on the same overspend on the GIS. The tennis courts, if they vote to encumber that money,
Yes, they did.
they did. So,
I think they did, or else they were waiting for Ken to be there.
okay,
Ken wasn't there last night, I don't think.
No, he wasn't.
He-
He had,
had his surgery.
he was in surgery all day yesterday.
Okay, so, because right now we're still showing that we did not spend that money for the tennis courts.
That's right.
But when they vote to encumber it, does that then show as being spent?
I'm a little bit not clear on this, but I believe it becomes part of the reserved fund balance is what it comes down
Yeah,
to.
reserve fund balance would make sense.
Yeah.
But then it should show on our
It will-
tracking sheet as the 24,000 is
Yes,
gone. Right.
I think it does, yeah.
Okay, so the only other question I had, and I know we're late and I apologize. The library furnace as of November, the bill was $14,215. We had budgeted 17. What happens to the $3,000?
It goes back into the general fund.
General fund, okay, so that'll
Yeah,
just roll
that's a good
across.
thing.
Yeah, no, I know, but I wanted to make sure I understood what, how that was. That
No,
was-
it just goes back to general fund and
Yeah.
that's why the general fund you get to use it to cut taxes down
Right.
a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so obviously then, with the CIP side of things, we'll talk about what we're
Yeah.
doing there. But where we're at, I will send this to select board and I'll call Bill
Okay,
out and
all
just say, hey, we really need you to get us these numbers because we're at this point, we're waiting on you.
Yeah. Yeah, because once we get their numbers, we can pretty much finish it and decide what we're gonna do, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how bad it is.
Yeah. Okay, any other new business?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I think maybe for Amy's benefit, we had a CIP meeting, that's when Kent discussed that he's securing getting a new tank and supplying all of the oil, gas, and propane for the town, and it's gonna be a tremendous savings. He said the tank will be paid for in the first year alone,
Nice. And
so,
we'll own the tank.
and we'll own the tank. So it was good, I think this was a good outcome. That,
Good
although
exercise,
itself
yeah.
was a good exercise for the year, so. All right,
We're adjourning at 8:15. Is there a motion?
all in favor?
Motion.
All in favor, aye.
Aye. All in favor, done.
Okay,
Goodbye.
okay.